So in section 5, I'm going to talk about alcoholism and problem drinking. It's going to be associated with high blood pressure, stroke, cirrhosis of the liver, certain forms of cancer, and brain atrophy. The other point about alcoholism gonna be sleep disorders. No matter how much you would consume alcohol, you're gonna get sleep disorders anyway. Either it's gonna be you cannot sleep well during the night, or you're gonna get hangover effect the next morning. So in general, it's gonna impact strongly to your sleep pattern. In general, alcohol gonna lead to economic loss because let's be honest, it is very expensive, especially pure liquor. It's just like vodka. I don't want to name them, but you know better than me, they are expensive. And it's gonna bring you social problem because you're gonna have like less threshold and you're gonna be like more irritated in everyday interaction. Here we do have a concept. It is like substance dependence. It is basically repeated self-administration of substances. For example, you're gonna go and grab a bottle of wine and you're gonna just consume all of them or like 2 cups of that. Still, it's gonna be all about you. You're gonna do that without anyone pushes you. And that's the problem because it is like self-administrated. There are going to be like different levels for that. It's like the first level is going to be physical dependence. Your body going to just adjust to the substance, first of all. Then you're going to get tolerance, which means like your body going to adapt to the use of that substance. And let's just be honest with you. After a point, you're going to have like high tolerance. Like if you had like, let's say 1 cup every night, then it's gonna go up to just let's say 2 cups, then gonna be like let's say 4 cups, and it's gonna be more and more. So yeah, it's all about tolerance. Then you're gonna crave for that. You're gonna have a strong desire to just engage to that behavior and consume more substances. Then yes, it's gonna be addiction. You're gonna get addicted physically and psychologically to that specific behavior or substance. And if you wouldn't have it, you're gonna get like crazy. You're gonna have all the negative behaviors to just get what you want. Lastly, it's gonna comes with withdrawal sign, which gonna be some sort of unpleasant symptoms. That's gonna, you're gonna experience because you don't have the substance that you wanted to just have at the moment. It's gonna cause anxiety, extreme craving, nausea, vomiting, headaches. Oh my goodness, it just very bad. So, and it's gonna come to you whenever you are breaking up with someone. I actually read somewhere when you break up with someone, you're gonna have withdrawal effect as well. In general, I would say withdrawal is just the worst part of any sort of addiction. Like craving is okay, it's good really. Like tolerance, you feel powerful. I shouldn't say that as an instructor, but in general, the worst part gonna be addiction and withdrawal. So don't do that. So alcoholism and problem drinking, we wouldn't call like everyone out there as an alcoholic. They actually should consume alcohol almost every day, and they should have like a specific amount of consumption. For example, like 1 cup every night, one drink every night is not that much bad, but if it would be like 5 cups, yes, it's just very bad, which gonna be like binge drinking. So that's why it is bad. Repeated efforts to control drinking, you cannot control your drinking behavior. If you feel like you are not in control, you do have drinking problem and you have to just address that. What else? Whenever you are continuing that drinking behavior, even though you know that you do have like some sort of health condition that you shouldn't continue that drinking behavior, it's going to be again alcoholism. So just be careful. There are going to be a specific criteria to just call someone alcoholic and just address them in a scientific way. Um, so what else? There are like major criteria again for considering someone addicted to alcohol. They have to show withdrawal symptoms, otherwise they wouldn't be alcoholic. They should have high tolerance for alcohol. I would say majority of people who are drinking like more than 10 years, they would have higher tolerance for that. And again comes ability to control yourself. If you feel like you don't have any ability to control your drinking behavior, probably you should address that. It's gonna be alcoholism. People who are having a drinking problem, they are not necessarily show like social problems or psychological problems in the beginning. It's gonna come after a minute. So if you feel like, okay, I actually have high tolerance and I do have little ability to control, and I'm showing the symptom, withdrawal symptom, but I'm not an alcoholic because I'm performing very well in the society. The point is, you wouldn't be like that, for example, after a day. It's gonna take years to just show up, and it might be very late to you to just address them. What can cause alcoholism? Like we said, genetics is going to be the main part. Majority of people, they do have genes to develop that kind of symptoms. Then comes SCS or socioeconomic status. In general, it seems like people who are coming from lower socioeconomic status, they're gonna develop alcoholism more compared to other people. Unemployment, it is just a big factor, and I don't know why. Maybe like unemployed people, they do have more time. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm actually sounding like a naive person, but for me, I couldn't connect the dot. How come someone who is unemployed and don't have money, they could just buy alcohol? Because like, yeah. But we can see a lot that unemployed people, they are drinking a lot of alcohol, and which is crazy. It's not good. Low social support, I can connect that. That's very important. Whenever you're isolated, you're gonna get more depressed and nervous. So probably you're gonna consume more alcohol. Okay, now I could relate to unemployment, because like when you are unemployed, you're gonna be more depressed, more anxious, you don't know what is happening next. So yeah, and you do have a lot of free time, so that's why you're gonna just consume alcohol. Okay, now it clicked. Yeah, it is my lunchtime, so that's why I'm just a bit behind, but yeah. And depression. So depression is just very important as well. I mean, whenever you're depressed, you just wanna feel good, so that's why you're drinking more alcohol. Um, how can we address alcoholism? Honestly, your book actually came up with a good idea. It seems like more than 50% of the people out there, they can address alcoholism by themselves. Like they can literally monitor themselves, and after a point, they can just quit drinking, which is good. There are like other programs like CBT again, which can help a lot, especially when CBT gonna be mixed with family therapy and group counseling. It can help better. Because like in CBT, you're gonna monitor yourself. You're gonna understand how many, for example, drinks you have every day. So this way you can just make a plan and just understand like different factors that can lead to drinking. You can do self-regulation and just prevent that. Your family member, they can help you a lot because they can support you at that point. And if you would do group counseling, it can just be very helpful because you can see like-minded people in your group who are struggling with the same problem. So probably you can just address that just in a good way. About relapse, it seems like there always gonna be relapse with alcoholism, at least like 2 or 3 times, and that is normal. Like I always say, if you want to be successful, you're gonna have relapses. I'm telling you, it's not if you are just continuing, like for example, if you are quitting drinking, then you do have like one bottle of alcohol. Don't get disappointed. It might happen once, twice, even 3 times. But if you could just prevent that, and if you could just monitor that and just be honest in your group counseling, you got you got that. I'm telling you. So don't get discouraged if you have like relapse, or if you have a patient who are getting discouraged of doing relapse again and again. Just try to make them motivated all the way. It seems like relapse gonna happen like most of the time during the first 3 months of quitting alcohol. So if you could just be strong during that period, you probably gonna quit alcohol easier and faster. The success rate of quitting alcohol, it's just higher for people from high socioeconomic status and people who do have a stable social environment. For example, someone who has a family, like a supporting family, either it's going to be a spouse or either it's going to be children or parents. Whoever it is, they have to be supportive. And if they are coming from a good financial situation, they can quit alcoholism better. And the success rate is 68%. However, the success rate of low socioeconomic status people is just less. It is like 18%. So, if you have a patient or if you are working somewhere with people from lower socioeconomic background, you have to just have their back because they are that population is just more sensitive toward like relapse and all that. Um, what factors can impact alcoholism and can impact the successful rate of treatment programs? First of all, environmental factors. Like we have to actually control the environment around someone who is alcoholic. Then comes moderate lengths of participation. It seems like a certain weeks are necessary to quit alcoholism. So we have to just keep an eye of people who are participating in focus groups, and we have to just help them to just be part of the group at least for, I guess it's like 12 weeks, like 8 to 12 weeks. It was just something very specific that I cannot remember, but it was somewhere. So involvement of family and employers is very important. I really like your book mentioned employers because honestly, if someone is alcoholic and gonna get fired by their employers, they're gonna get more anxiety and depression because they don't have any financial support. They don't know what's gonna come up next. So the pressure going to be high and high. So they might have a lot of relapses because of that. So a supportive employer can help a lot. Um, Social engineering, they are very helpful, and I'm very happy that in the United States they wouldn't let individuals less than 21 to drink alcohol because college students they do have a high tendency to just get addicted and be alcoholic. So if you just prevent them to buy alcohol and just let them after a certain age, it's going to be better for them because they can control themselves, they can develop some sort of self-regulatory factors and techniques inside themselves, so they're going to be stronger. What else I wanted to say? um in general, it seems like there are going to be some preventative approaches into alcoholism. Like, for example, enhancing self-efficacy is very important. Changing social norms is very important. For example, like celebrities, they shouldn't promote alcoholism. I was just reading an article. One of the celebrities, they were going to different colleges and they were just selling tequila, which doesn't make sense. Why should you go to college and sell tequila, which gonna be a strong liquor, to someone who is like 20 or even 21? It's not, I would say it's not really recommended. It's not healthy at all. So yeah, social norms, they have to be adjustable, especially with different population and different ethnicity. In some ethnicities, alcoholism is just more common than the other. So there should be some specific focus groups for them. Um, your book actually has like different boxes in which like they are just talking about different topics. Some of them they are very good. One box, I guess, let me check. It was page 104, box 5.5. It is talking about AA or Alcoholics Anonymous. It's such a good community, I'm telling you. I worked there. I really love talking to people who are member of AA. There are like some principles when it comes to AA. I guess some of you guys worked voluntarily over there and are familiar with that. But the initial principles, like back then, it was, I guess, 1920 or something like that. Oh no, 1935. 35 in Ohio, the first time they actually established AA. They basically were saying that 90 days, 90 meetings, which means every day the person, the alcoholic person, they have to participate those meetings. So this way they would just go there and check in, and they just make sure that on that specific day they wouldn't consume any alcohol. Their outlook, the AA's outlook is just very interesting. They would consider alcoholism as a disease. It's not a condition, it's a serious disease that can only be managed. You cannot cure alcoholism, and that's very true because you literally cannot cure that, right? It is a condition that you have to manage that. That's the point. But like they do have like different principle, but like the whole idea of AA is just very firm. Like the policy is just very firm. It's not flexible at all. Like you have to do 90 days, or you have to just start from the scratch again, if that makes sense. For example, if you just drop out after 20 days, you have to just do again another 90 days to just be a part of AA, which is crazy. But it is very effective as well. We actually don't know about AA success rate because like it's basically anonymous, right? So they are not allowed to measure or do any sort of research on AA's data because people over there, they are just totally anonymous, so you cannot actually observe them at any cost. But based on only one study in New York City, they found that 75% of people who participated in AA program, they were successful. And it's huge, it's very big. And it's the good news. But it's just only one study, so we cannot conclude a very big like conclusion or result based on only one study. They have to be like they should do more research on that. Drinking and driving, it's very important as well because like they're gonna be like, I mean, death death rates in the United States is just very high, mainly because of drinking and driving. And like previously, I talked about that topic a lot. But there is a program, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, MADD or MAD. It is just basically all about families who lost children because of drunk drivers, which is very sad. It's very sad. But MADD, they are working on adopting self-regulatory techniques for people who are alcoholic to just help them to just quit alcohol and just live more healthy. So this way, there would be less death because of accidents and something like that. So less mothers gonna be sad because what happened to their children. Last point that I wanted to talk about is modest alcohol consumption. I mean, the question here is drinking alcohol is good or bad? Because like there are like some health suggestions saying that if you would drink one or two drinks every day, it actually help your guts and help your digestion system to just be more healthier, especially for older adults. However, they are saying that, for example, women, they should drink less because their body is just different. But again, even for women, just one drink is very good for their health, like based on some research. So the point here is if you would just control your alcohol consumption, maybe if you would just have one drink, like I mean one drink, one cup every day, it might be actually good for you. It is just better than soda. But again, depending on your alcohol choice, it might be better than soda. However, you have to be very careful about your alcohol consumption. You shouldn't be addicted. You should just manage yourself, and you should be really mindful about the elements that gonna cause more alcohol consumption, because you shouldn't go up like more than 2 and get to 4 or 5 because it's bad for your body and your system. But in general, physicians, they wouldn't directly tell you to just consume alcohol. Literally, they wouldn't tell you to just drink alcohol because it is, in general, it is like kind of not common. But there are research actually saying that it might be good for your body. But I mean, it is a still debate, so it's not 100% firm. But your book actually mentioned that, so I thought I should just mention that as well.